Welcome to Real Racing TV, top asphalt blistering 3/10 of a mile madness from our very own Southside Speedway. Stay tuned for interviews, tech talk, and some outstanding racing. Greats like Bobby Allison and Denny Hamlin cut their teeth on these four corners. Be prepared for an awesome show. And now, here is your host, Sean Cook.
People, we're down here at Southside Speedway. The Grand Stocks have just been qualifying. Looks like the number 59 car qualified first, the 03, and then the 33 of Mr. Vaught came in the third place in qualifying. But anyway, stay tuned for a dual 50-lap modified shootout. We got Pro 6, we got Legend, and we got the Grand Stockers coming out. So get ready for some serious race action from Southside Speedway. All right, folks, we're down here with Lin O'Neill, driver of the number 1 modified car, the only PT Cruiser car out here. Now, tell us a bit about why you decided to build a PT Cruiser car.
Well, we had a whole lot more time than we had money, so we got free aluminum, so we decided we were going to build something different, and this is the outcome.
Now, you were, what, third in points last year?
Yeah, we were third. We had second right there at the end of the season, but we were really a third-place car most of the time, so we got what we deserved.
Well, folks, watch out for the number 1 VA car. Now, these modified cars, we're sitting right next to a piece of metal here. Tell us a little bit about what that piece of metal right there is.
Well, that's a stock snout off of a Camaro. This car is a Camaro snout car, and just like going to the junkyard, take it off, put it, and we would make a race car out of it, so that's what...
And this little bit here, that's your adjustment for the spring, right?
Right, that's the wedge bolt, and this is the upper control arm, spindle, and then we have the lower control arms down here.
Well, I've seen you guys come into the pits and they put something down in here and they adjust your suspension right on the fly. Now, there's a real art to that?
Yeah, telling the guy to put 1 turn and not 10 turns.
Well, folks, watch out for the number 1 VA car. This can be a hell of a season of modified racing out here. We're down here with Neil Culley, and he's got this stuff written on his shirt. It says Stock Car Products, Inc., SCP. Well, folks, this man is Neil Culley Jr., and his dad, Neil Culley Sr., is responsible for probably about half the parts out here, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, what are you doing out here today?
My buddy AJ had to be in Denver for a floor convention, so he told me to come on over here and take care of his ride. I always take care of it for him, so he gave me a good opportunity to come over here and play.
Now, this man here is a lunatic go-kart driver, as was seen last year, and I don't know what you're going to do in a modified car. Now, on the modified car, you do have to back off the gas a little bit, right?
A whole lot.
Yeah. And you have to use, what is that pedal on the left?
The pedal in the middle is the brake.
The pedal in the middle is the brake. So people who drive go-karts don't back off the gas, they don't use the brake. What is the adjustment from a Macca go-kart to a modified car, Neil?
The Macca it's a lot of adjustment. We run an open modified go-kart. It makes about 60 horsepower and weighs about 400 pounds. So it's about like driving this. I mean, it's pretty easy. You walk on eggshells for the whole race and just, it's more of a race against the car. It's not a race against other cars. It's more of a race of keeping your car straight for the longest you can.
All right, Neil, good luck out there. People, watch the 99 modified car of Neil Culley.
Modified racing action at Southside Speedway, May 11th race night for 2007's racing season. And A.J. Winstead, he's the man on the point. He's got Kyle Wood all over his back bumper. Behind those two, Mike Rudy in the number 8, Thomas Stinson in the 4, and Billy Morris in the 20. But it's A.J. out front right now in the SunTrust Mortgage Modified. That number 99 car on rails, working around the Southside Speedway, staying right down about a foot off the stripe and able to pull away from Kyle Wood by about a good 2 to 3 car lengths. Battle right now for third spot. Thomas Stinson looking inside of Mike Rudy, the top 2 in the points. Battle it out on the speedway. Down off of turn 4 and down the front stretch. Great racing footage down into turn number 1. Billy Morris looking to try to follow the hole if Stinson can move past the number 8 driver. Driver number 8 up to the top, Mike Rudy, the number 4 of Thomas Stinson. 3-time in a row track champion at Southside Speedway. Looking to try to add to that and become the first 4-time in a row track champion in the racetrack's history. The Southside Speedway toughest short track in the South, 3/10 mile of thunder. Thomas Stinson now up into the third spot. Sets its sights on Kyle Wood, but right now it's still A.J. Winstead out front. The number 99 automobile has seen Neil John Culley behind the wheel in the 2007 season. A.J. getting back behind the wheel, and man, is that car on rails, like I said before. Behind them, Aubrey Thurston, Chris Hoylman, Jason Ebreth, and the 38 of Michael Johnson. Ebreth and Johnson racing it out down into turn number 1. They're staying wheel to wheel, Nerf bar to Nerf bar. The Gravedigger colors on the number 5 automobile of Ebreth. It looks like Johnson's going to get a nose out front, heading down into the corner, off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Right behind them, Ryan Boggs, the number 50 automobile, making the move from Grand Stock to Modified in 2007. Billy Morris now trying to work on Mike Rudy. Second, third, fourth, and fifth, all right there on the one piece of real estate. And it looks like Stinson now trying to work on the youngster in the 19 car, Kyle Wood. A little bit of the old Nerf bar play off the front end of the 4 car to the back end of the 19 car. Down into turn number 3 they head. These cars put a blanket over them. A little bit of Nerf bar play between the 20 of Morris and the 8 of Rudy. It is still A.J. Winstead, our leader in the 99. The 19 car of Kyle Wood now sees the heat coming from the number 4 automobile of Thomas Stinson. Stinson feels the heat of Rudy down in the middle of 3 and 4. They stay feet apart from one another. Off of turn number 4, Rudy gets a little bit loose. Can't make the run on Stinson yet. Stinson still trying to make the run on the 19 car of Kyle Wood. Wood having a great automobile up under him all the last couple of seasons. A little bit loose into the corner that time after a little bit of contact. Watch the rest of the field coming through your screen here. Now Kyle Wood down to his inside comes Stinson. He'll give him the racing room. Stinson works the 4 car to the bottom half of the speedway, trying to get by the number 19 of Kyle Wood. Kyle Wood in the black number 19. Oh, a little bit of a touch from Mike Rudy, and that'll go ahead and give Stinson the second spot. Great job of wheel control by the number 19 car driver, the youngster Kyle Wood, hanging on. His dad, ex-modified track champion at Southside Speedway, Rusty Wood. Now Billy Morris has gone by Mike Rudy and Wood down off of turn number 3, and down the front stretch he'll take over the 3rd spot in the number 20 automobile. Now a battle for the 4th and 5th spot still on the speedway, Mike Rudy and Kyle Wood, as we go back to the front of the pack, and there is A.J. Winstead, the 99 car, having it his way, Burger King style with the stock car product, CWF and SunTrust Mortgage Modified. There's Buddy Emery racing it out with the Brooks Lawson number 22 automobile. Get a couple of shots here. Looks like the 16 of Ernie Detbarn right up ahead of your leaders. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle there for the 22 of Brooks. Brooks hangs on. Warren Lipford Jr. going through your screen, along with the 27 of David Wheeler. And the 16 of Ernie Detbarn. Ernie Detbarn having a good drive. His first time in 2007 in the Modified Series, coming out. One of the most powerful machines to put under your foot at this speedway. A lot of horsepower, a lot of drive through the center of the corner. You let it roll, then you stomp it down the straightaways as soon as it gets straight. A lot of finesse to these automobiles, and A.J. Winstead and Thomas Stinson trying to finesse their cars right around each other. A.J. out front right now. A.J., a lot of people don't know, A.J. raced out here in the Modified Series, moved out to go race motorcycles again. Had a couple of injuries on motorcycles and said, hey, I'm getting back inside a roll cage, and went ahead. And he's now leading this event. Oh, a couple of touches, and A.J. Winstead, your leader, is in an accident. Ernie Detbarn and Billy Morris. 19 laps complete. Out front, 3-time track champ in a row. Thomas Stinson, 5-time track champion altogether with his 2 Charger championships. Stinson now set sail. Mike Rudy in 2nd spot. Kyle Wood in 3rd. Looks like Aubrey Thurston and Chris Hoylman rounding out your top 5 right now. AJ has to come back through the pack, works around the outside edge of the 22 of Brooks Lawson. And down the front stretch. Aubrey Thurston and Chris Hoylman, they're your 4th and 5th place cars. Thomas Stinson out front, the number 4 automobile, the Jenkins Towing Forever familiar logo on his number 4 Modified, along with Cordon's Jewelers, RJ Smith Company, Sports Direct 24/7, Earth Tech, and Aero Machine, all aboard the number 4 automobile. Mark Hunter turning the wrenches and helping Thomas Stinson get this car to work right around the bottom of the track. Got a lot of credit in victory lane last year. Thomas would mention him every time, and I tell you what, Mr. Hunter has done a whale of a job. That car, once again, looking to try to go undefeated for the first few races here at Southside Speedway, and right now he's got one under his belt, and he's working on number 2. Twin races tonight. They are twin 50s, and Christopher Johnson has gone around, 36 automobile, 22 laps complete out of the first 50-lap feature, only 3 away from halfway. Thomas Stinson, your leader. A.J. Winstead led most of the first 25. Lap car incident put the 99 automobile to the back of the field, being involved in the caution, along with the number 20 of Billy Morris, and they're going to have to make their way through. You saw Lin O'Neill's 1VA automobile flash through your screen there. Some of the drivers throughout this race: the 69 of Tiger Williams, the 41 of Rusty Wood, Billy Morris in the 20, A.J. Winstead in the 99, Warren Lipford Jr. in the 43, Ernie Detbarn in the 16, Brooks Lawson in the 22, David Wheeler in the 27. There goes the 42 of Chris Hoylman. He's got a rearview mirror full of Michael Johnson's 38 car right now. There's your leader, Thomas Stinson. Mike Rudy. Kyle Wood watching the field come through. That's an awesome shot from above those automobiles, watching the driver's hands. Great race right there between Brooks Lawson and Warren Lipford Jr. in the 43. Brooks Lawson in the 22, working their modified automobiles down into turn 1. Now coming off of turn 2 and down the backstretch of the Southside Speedway surface. With these cars giving each other plenty of room between. Off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch, the 22 car looks like he'll have the spot. Watching the cars work down into turn number 3. Alan Marshall, another gentleman making his debut at Southside in the Modified Series. I understand he's going to be running late model and Modified. Christopher Johnson in the 36. David Wheeler in the 27 I mentioned before. Alan Marshall's in the 17 car. See 27 laps complete, so a couple of passed halfway. Jason Ebreth, victory lane's no stranger to this young man, and he's working his way through the field now as he works underneath Michael Johnson's automobile. Ryan Boggs right behind him. That Modified's pretty hooked up. The 50 car has been doing a great job this season. One race under his belt right now. Had a little bit of trouble. Oh, some debris. Looks like a breather. Breather covers come completely off with the air filter and all. Rolls down the track. 28 laps complete. Thomas Stinson, it's up to you. Restart. And he hits it right on the restart stripe. Down into turn number 3, coming off of 4, and he'll already have 2 car links on Mike Rudy heading down into turn number 1. Rudy will close it up as Ernie Dettenbaum comes back out on the speedway in the number 16 automobile. It is still Stinson, your leader. Mike Rudy in second spot. And I saw the 17 automobile of Alan Marshall. Thought that was Lin O'Neill's car. That was Alan Marshall's 17 earlier that flashed through the screen. Twin number 1, just about 3/4 of the way through, 50 laps each race, May 11th, 2007 at Southside Speedway. You can see Stinson's car go right down in the corner, right on the stripe in the entry, moves up about 2 feet off the stripe in the center of the corner, diamonds it right off, right back down to the stripe on the exit, and he's just hitting his marks perfectly. Mike Rudy watching the 4 car get a little bit smaller through the windshield. Stinson down the backstretch again. Rudy's number 8 automobile. Kyle Wood in the 19. 21's Aubrey Thurston. The 42 of Chris Hoylman. Behind them, Michael Johnson in the 38. Jason Ebreth in the 5. Ryan Boggs in the 50. Buddy Emery in the 44. Alan Marshall in the 17. Right behind Emery's automobile. They're flanked by Christopher Johnson in the 36. David Wheeler in the 27. Brooks Lawson in the 22. Ernie Detbarn in the 16. Warren Lipford Jr. in the 43. And A.J. Winstead making his way back through the pack. The 99 car might be thinking about saving some tires for later on, and there's that car on pit road. Team refueling and getting it ready. The 20 car Billy Morse doing the same, along with Rusty Wood in the 41, which is a team car to Thomas Stinson, and Tiger Williams in the 69. A few of those cars. Aubrey Thurston looking to try to mount the challenge on Kyle Wood. Look to the inside that time through turns 1 and 2. Wood able to keep the 19 car out in front of him. Kyle Wood working a little bit higher groove, but is able to drive off, lower off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch. Second generation driver working all. Whoa, a little bit of contact between the two. Thurston straightens out the wheel, coming to the stripe. Wow, close call there. Dead heat at the stripe. It could have been Thurston by about a Nerf bar thickness at the most. Wood's going to drive off, catch a little bit of the boilerplate down into turn number 3. He hangs on to the automobile, but now he's got to chase back down Aubrey Thurston. Thurston set sail on him by about 3 or 4 car lengths. And Thomas Stinson, there's your leader, heading down into 3 as those cars are probably coming off of turn number 2. So plenty of lead over the 3rd place car. But a lot more close action for him. Right behind him with Mike Rudy, about 3 or 4 car lengths back. Good string of automobiles around the Southside Speedway. David Wheeler and Christopher Johnson getting a little bit of a touch there. Here comes Wood looking to the inside. He wants the 3rd spot back. He's chasing down the Thurston Springs Service, number 21. Of course, the number that Aubrey's dad, Billy, second generation driver as well. 2 second generation drivers taking each other on around the Southside Speedway. Billy, the 1974 Limited Sportsman Track champion at Southside Speedway. Warren Lipford Jr. going to lap down to your leaders now in the 43 automobile. Thomas Stinson leading the way. Mike Rudy to his flank, right behind him. 19 car of Kyle Wood in 3rd. 4th spot for Aubrey Thurston in the 21. Chris Woolman in the 42. Hanging on to the 5th spot, Michael Johnson and Jason Ebreth racing it out for the 6th spot on the speedway. Johnson has it. Ebreth wants it. Off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. We'll watch those two fight it out. A little bit of bumper play down into the corner. Want to see if he can shake up the 38 automobile and maybe take over the spot. Aubrey Thurston looking to try to do the same thing to Kyle Wood. Thurston in the 21, Wood in the 19 as they work off of turn 2 and down the backstretch. Chris Oyleman has a good, comfortable area there. He's able to have his own piece of real estate around the Southside Speedway. Down into turn number 3 they head. It is Ernie Detbarn in the 16 automobile. Going to lap down to your leaders now. Thomas Stinson down into turn number 1. The lap car between himself and second place, Mike Rudy. Rudy in that NTS Urban Mechanical sponsored number 8 automobile. Said the other week that he's still looking for sponsorship. Young man going for the championship this year against Thomas Stinson and all the rest of these drivers on the speedway. Watching the cars work around the Southside Speedway. This track right around a quarter mile exactly on the white line. So the actual NASCAR measurement, 0.333 miles. So just over 3/10 of a mile, which is measured 15 feet from the outside retaining wall into the track, according to NASCAR measuring specs. Whoa, Rudy that time slid the rear end a little bit. He's trying to see what he can do about catching up to Stinson. And boy, he puts pedal to the metal and drops it down to 2 car lengths heading into 1. Christopher Johnson to the inside of David Wheeler off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Elcom. Johnson gets the spot. Stinson down into turn number 1. A little bit of sparking coming out from underneath that number 4 car as they work to the outside now. The 22 of Brooks Lawson. Rudy mounts a challenge. Lawson's car down on the inside. Rudy's got to hit the brakes off the corner and down across the stripe. Checkered flags. Thomas Stinson's going to victory lane with Chris Phelps one more time.